What's going on, mateys? Welcome back to Space Engineers. So I've done a little bit of work off camera. As you can see, I have increased our pillar drill size here. We can send these pistons now to go down to get that little bit of extra range on our pistons. We've only got a couple of drills on it now as well. Can barely see that. Let's just see. Yeah, we go. It's reached all the way down there for the minute. We will eventually, when we find cobalt, bring this back up and increase our storage size, because at the minute we have got far too much. Yes, I have died a few times because these wolves over here will not leave me alone. We have run out of any form of magnesium as well. We have no ammunition to do anything. Yes, I did try and build a turret, but turns out we need something, another form of ammunition. If we go to our production line here, we need one of these. Apart from the parachute here, to then put inside our turret here to then protect ourselves. So that's what we're going to do now, is we're going to build ourselves a little rover so that we can go around, try and find some magnesium and some cobalt, because if we can find that, then we can chuck it straight into our assembler here. I'm going to leave this running as well while we're away, because we do have quite a lot of stone here to go through, and I believe, no, that's it. That's all we've got. So hopefully all of this will then start to fill out, and we can then go from there. I've got enough already to build what we need basics wise, so if we just take a few steel plates and a few interior plates, we can then start to build what we need. Now let's just set up our taskbar. That one is set up for our power, so right now let's just go and build what we need. So we're definitely going to need some iron blocks. We are also going to do, what we're going to do is, if we can find rotors, there we go. What we can do is we can build a rotor off our base here. I've also expanded the power and built a battery, so we are good all there. Fully recharged in 9 minutes, because with these drills and trying to power the assembler and the basic refinery at the same time, it was not liking it. One would be on, but the other would be off. Let's get rid of that. One would be on, the other would be off. It wouldn't allow for just the one wind turbine we have there. It wouldn't allow for them both to be on at the same time. So I built these three over here so that they could both be on at the same time, but then there was a power overload, so I decided to build us a battery so that we could store that power, because we are definitely going to need it later on. So if we just very quickly place a rotor here. Now what we're going to do first is, if we come back to our thing, we take off our rotor part there. We now need to build this. There is a very important reason why I've taken off that rotor part as well, which I will explain shortly, but it essentially comes down to the reasoning as to why have I run out of storage space. Yes, because we do also have some metal grids on us, so we will hopefully try and build some cargo container on our little rover that we're going to build. So we just need some computers here. Now we've got that rotor. You see it's not got any head on it whatsoever. If we go into the control panel here, we find our rotor, we can add a small rotor head, which is what we want to do, because now what we have available to us is that small rotor, which then enables us to go into a small grid. But this all still has power. It's all still powered to the base, so we can access the power that we have on the base through our small grid here. So let's just build away a little bit so we've got a little bit of clearance. So right now let's go back to setting up our bar. So what we're going to need first off is a cockpit. We definitely need that. We're also going to need some batteries to make sure that we've got power while we're out. We are then also going to need some wheels, because we don't have enough yet to start building a atmospheric thruster based ship. We are definitely going to need an ore detector on this ship. We're going to put a beacon on it just so we can find it as well, should something go awry. We are also going to attempt to put, let's have a look very quickly what a medium cargo container takes. It does not take too much, but the large cargo container on a small grid also doesn't take any metal grids, but we're going to go for a medium cargo container anyway, just to make sure that everything lines up nice and perfectly, because I've got a design in my head of how it works out. Now, we aren't really going to need anything else, because what this design is going to do is it's going to serve no other purpose other than to go out and find what we need. So what we're going to do first off is, if we start with our cargo container here, let's just make sure this is oriented right. So we're going to place it exactly like that. Now I'm going to build it out further towards this way, but this is just so we have an ease of access for whenever we do need to get into it. Now we're going to very quickly place a battery on top as well. So once this is all done, then we're going to weld it up. I'll weld it up off camera so we don't have to sit here and watch it with me. So now we also need to put in a cockpit. That is something that we need right there and then. Now, something that I completely forgot is that we're going to need a connector, because this unfortunately won't have the utensils to have any form of power consumption to it. Now I've just realized, if we wanted, what we should have actually done, now I'm going to actually change this, because if we can do this one way, if we come around here and we place this, if I can get the right, there we go. We place this like this, we place a connector along here. Now if you take a look at this, there's the back, there is the same junction box as there is on the cargo container. If we take a look at the cargo container there, we've got that little yellow outline there. Now that yellow outline is on both sides. Now that means that this connector here and this cargo container are now connected. So when we put another connector on the end of our base here, and we connect the two, the base will be able to access this cargo container, which is definitely what we want, so that we can easily transfer items between the two. Now this is going to be a very basic construction, because all we need it to do is to go out and find stuff. We need it to go out and find ores, and that is it. Now obviously, as I said, we definitely want to have a beacon of some description placed on top. There we go. We are also definitely going to need an ore detector. Now that is it for what we need on top. There is another thing, because I'm going to want to have a transmitter on it, so that is something that we're going to need, yes. However, we don't actually have the transmitting block unlocked yet. So if I can very quickly find it, here we go. Here's a beacon, and underneath the little skill tree here is the antenna. That's what we want to also put on, so that when we get out, this ore detector will transmit what it finds through the antenna. So we can use the ore detector to detect what's underneath the floor, and then we can, once we jump out, that doesn't disappear. So now we just need to apply the wheels. So now we have got the suspension on the right. Now one very quick trick that I've learned with all of this is we don't want anything too massive. The 3x3 will sort us out absolutely perfectly. I can't get this to line up. Now we definitely want it to be organized this way. You see the little bar on top, the little silver bits there, that is what we want to be on top. Now I want to see if we can place this further down. No, we can't, so we're going to put that there. I'm going to put this one here. Very basic, very simple Rover. That is on the right hand side. So now we want to set up the left, and I'm going to try and get this as exact as I can. We definitely need to alter this a little bit. I have gone the long way around that. However, there we go. We've now got that one. Let's just make sure this one's lined up all perfectly. There we go. That one's got the right orientation, and there we go. I was in the way of that, hence why that did not place a wheel. But that's not a problem. We can go straight into here, because as I said, these two grids are now connected. So we can go straight into our control panel here. If we look up our our wheel suspension, one of these will have the button that says add wheel. There we go. So now we have now added another wheel to that. Now let's go ahead and get this all welded up, and I will see you guys in a second. And here we go, guys. This is all done and dusted, all welded up. Everything is all set to ready to go. We just need to wait for this battery to be fully charged. Now we can do that very easily. If we come into our control bay, we type in battery there. We've got battery 2. Notice how it is a different color to everything else. That means it's on a separate grid for us to do. We go to charge mode. We just click recharge there. And now we have got a full recharge in 10 minutes. Now we can wait for that. However, I think that we might have enough power at this particular moment in time to be able to do something else. Now I wish I could turn off that, but that is a problem for another time. I'll do that off camera. So if we can very quickly place what we need back, what we don't need, sorry, back into our cargo container here, because now we have actually got enough space to not have to worry too much about it. I didn't end up using the metal grids in the end. so we will put them to use in our base. So now I also added a little seat here so that we can recharge and view our entire base at the same time. Now, as you can see, that beacon and that transmitter is already working because we've got ice 393 meters away from me. Now, we will need ice at some point because that is what we need our hydrogen for. However, I will wait to take that ice there because we do not currently have anything to process it with. And we are mainly aiming when we go out to get some magnesium and some cobalt. We've got an unknown signal over there. We're not going to bother with any of them just yet. I might do a live stream or a stream session where we go around and find a few of them, but most of that will be done off camera anyway. Now, we've still got our little buddies down here that still want to kill me. We're going to leave them for the minute, and I will see you guys in, well, I'll see you guys soon when this battery is charged. So, hi guys, a mysterious thing just happened. Is one of the wolves down here died? You see that one down there? Now we've got, oh, another one just died. What? I don't understand what's happening. Are they just dying of age? I don't know. Or did they just attack each other? I don't know what's going on. I've never seen this. I've never seen this happen before. If anyone knows what's going on, please just let me know in the comments down below, because this is something that, oh no, don't want that, don't want that, don't want that. So yeah, no, we might not need our little cage in a minute because they've all been in here roughly the same amount of time. So I don't know. But okay. You see, now I'm getting a little bit bored as well, so we're going to take this Rover out for a go. We're just going to take it, hope for the best, and we will see what's going on. So it's got a bit of charge now anyways, so we are just going to disconnect it now, and there we go. We have disconnected our little Rover here. It is absolutely adorable. So now we just need to set up our hotbar very quickly. So if we go into K, we have got our wheel suspensions here. So if we just label these wheels as a block group very quickly, and we don't need them in a terminal anymore, so we're just going to take them off. We press G, open up our toolbar. We're going to go to blocks. Now we've got our wheels set up, and we've got all of these options here. Now we don't need to touch the power. We want to increase our height offset and decrease our height offset on the fly. So another thing that we're going to need is increase friction and decrease our friction. This will help us going up hills and down hills. We do not want our speed limit. That's not something that we're going to need. We don't need steering override or propulsion override. We do want our strength. Strength would be perfect for us because that would increase when we're dropping. So we don't need to add a wheel. We will use something else for our brakes, steering, propulsion. We don't need anything to do with that. So that is it for us at the minute. We're just going to double check, make sure. Whoa, see what I mean? That is very powerful there. So we actually might need to disable the power a little bit there, because we definitely have way too much power for the amount of force that we have there. 60% power. Let's bring that down to 30% there. Let's see how that is now. Let's take off our handbrake. That would help. There we go. That is much more manageable. We are not doing a wheelie every time we touch. And there we go. And that's it. We might need to turn off our back wheel turning because we are turning way too quickly for what we need. So let's just do number 2's here because we've done them second. Let's turn off our steering, just double check. There we go. You see how the front wheels are only moving? That should now enable us to do a little bit more. You see, we're still picking up a little bit here and there. This thing is quite fast. We have a total of 2 hours worth of power. We definitely want to go and grab that magnesium over there. So I will see you guys over there. Right then, guys, we are over by the magnesium here. So rather than filling up our inventory right now and our miner here full of dirt, or rather stone, sorry, should I say, we are going to hold our right click here, and we are going to then bore a hole. This doesn't give us any materials, mind you, so if you're going to do this, please bear that in mind. Now, we have also crouched so that we can dig directly down. I'm not going to bother building a spiral here. We need our lights on, though. That would help. Now, that beacon is coming in very handy with what we've got. I don't understand why this stops every now and then, but you see we are building a nice large hole that is a lot quicker than if we were to mine it straight down by ourselves. So I'm going to leave it here because we're not moving that quickly, and I will see you guys again once we reach that magnesium. Right guys, we are now at the beginning part of the magnesium. I've stopped mining a little bit out there. We are now quite far below the surface here. Let's just mine out a little bit here very quickly so we've got a nice way up. But here we go. Now we're going to start mining some magnesium here. We're going to try as much as we can to leave out all of the stone, but I do accept that we will be getting some stone here as well. But that is absolutely fine as long as we are mainly getting the magnesium, as that is what we need to make any form of ammunition for weapons in this game. So it even comes down to when we need missiles. So as you can see at the bottom already, my inventory is getting full. As we can see, we've just gone into the red zone now. So I'm just going to mine a little bit more here. We're going to see how much we've got magnesium wise compared to stone as well, and see what we can do from there. If we have more stone than magnesium, I will be dropping the stone. So here we go. That is not the button I wanted. We do have a lot more stone to magnesium, so we're just going to drop that very quickly there. We're going to be a little bit more selective in what we do. I don't know where that magnesium has just gone. Sorry, not the magnesium, the stone. I don't understand where that just went. But, hey ho, it's gone, so we don't need to worry too much about it. Now, I do really, really hope to find cobalt soon, so that we can basically build a mobile version of our pillar drill there. And if we can build a mobile version of our pillar drill, we are absolutely laughing, because then that means that we can come down and mine these a lot quicker. However, that will take a considerable amount of cobalt, and if we were to find it all with our little rover there, here we go, 9.93k of magnesium. So let's just go back up, chuck this in our rover here. That is all we're going to need for a little bit, mind you. So now we're very quickly, if we can come out here, we're just going to go and stand in this hole over here. We're going to fall down it. So we're going to come down here. We're also going to go to GPS. Now, a lovely little thing that we can add from new from current position. So if we come back out of this, we're just going to type in magnesium. No, we're just going to leave it as MG1. So that we now know that magnesium is right here. So when we do come to actually building our mobile pillar drill over there, we can then turn around, line it up perfectly so that we are right on top of this marker here, and then we can mine straight downwards. However, now we're just going to take this rover here and we're going to go travel further along this ravine to see if we can find some cobalt. We do also have a little thing here. I don't understand why our ore detector's not picking that up. That is a strange one, but I believe that to be nickel just from the outsets there. So that's not something that we need for the minute, so we're just going to keep on going. I will let you guys know if we do see something else that's going on. Don't understand why this is pulling to the right though. Oh, we are traveling way too fast. Maybe we do need that speed limiter on. So let's 180 kilometers an hour. Let's try and restrict ourselves down to 50 kilometers an hour. Now, I do live in the UK, so 50 kilometers an hour doesn't really mean much to me. I do more in miles per hour, but that seems to be reaching us down to about 12 meters per second. That is a nice and calm speed for us right here. We're not gaining too much. We're not doing too much as well. I do not understand why we are veering to the right. I don't get it. There's no reason for it. But anyway, we are going to go and find our cobalt very quickly. Once we go and find cobalt, I will see you guys when we find cobalt, if we find cobalt, on this little trip of ours here. So I will see you guys in a sec. Okay, so we've now encountered the problem. I tried to go up a hill a bit, and we've come flying back down. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a gyroscope, but the lovely part about small grids is that you can push them by hand. Just with your body, you can walk into them and push them. So what we're going to try and do now is either try and push this thing over the edge here, or we're going to try and do something, because we definitely don't want to walk it all the way back. Because if this loses power while it's out here, we definitely can't access any of it because the connector is down here, meaning we'll have to build a merge block and another battery on it. So we are now stuck. The only other option I can think of right now, because this doesn't seem to be working too well, but we are rocking it. Okay. So, looks like we're going to have to leave that here. That was short-lived. That was very, very short-lived. See you later. Bye. That was very short-lived of that little rover there. So, now we're going to have to go back and maybe build another one to come and rescue that one. Or something else like that, because that's not going anywhere for the minute until we build a gyroscope on it, because that was something I didn't do. We're just very quickly going to fly back here, because it would be a lot quicker for us. Now, as we can see, our little pillar drill over there, and we are now back at the base. So, there we go. Let's just chuck our magnesium in there. Hopefully it will go straight in, which it is. So our magnesium has now got in. We're getting magnesium powder. Fantastic. So now we can do is we can build our small magazines here. Now this is something that we need for ourself. So we're going to build a nice 40 of them. And something else we're going to need, I'm not sure exactly which ones it is for the little turret here. I'm not sure exactly, but it looks like an assault rifle there. And the assault rifle ammo is, I believe it to be this one. So let's build 50 of them, see if that takes it. Let's get them very quickly and see what's happening. Does this accept it? Where is the interface? There it is. Does it take it? No. So we have a problem. We are now building ones that we don't actually need. So let's just cancel that very quickly. Let's build 10 of each and see what we can do with them. We're just going to keep them there for the minute. We might need them later on. Who knows? So we're going to grab them. We're going to grab these. And we're going to grab these. Now this is every type of ammo that this basic assembler can make. So hopefully it takes one of them. Aha! It has taken the MRS 5DA or 550A magazine. So we're going to build another 40 of them, because that is something that it's taken. There we go. It's this one. So let's build 50 of them and then chuck them in. So we do have magazines that we don't actually need for the minute. So I'm not overly fussed about them just at this particular moment in time. But let's get our pistol loaded up. There we go. We are now ready to go. Let's take these off. And all of our wolves are gone. If I'd have known that, we wouldn't have gone out all the way. So, now we have some power. Sorry, not power. We have some magazines to go into our turret, which means we have got a lovely amount of protection at this particular moment in time. So should some wolves come flying along hoping to kill us, our turret here should protect us from that. So now we can actually put back... Yes, I had to take away our little ramp that we made onto our base, because where I was trying to work, the wolves just kept running up it and coming to attack me, which is obviously something that we don't want. So now we've got an interior turret that is going to help defend us. So with all of that magnesium now being processed, we've got 7.3 grams, or kilos, sorry, of magnesium, and we've still got another 7.7 thousand kilograms to go. That is fantastic, considering that these only use 0.01, 0.04 and 0.01 as well of magnesium powder. So we have got more than enough to keep us going for the minute. So let's get this to queue up very quickly, another set of magazines. Couldn't get the English out for a minute there. Get these to set up another set of magazines, and our turret is already working. Fantastic. I don't know what it's firing at though, so let's go and have a look. What is it firing at? This is not good. There we go. We are absolutely loving this. Oh, turret, lovely at work. So let's just double check very quickly. How much is it used already? Oh, we need more. We need more ammunition for that. Otherwise, if we run out, we are in trouble. 80. Ooh. I don't even know if it's going to take that amount. I don't actually know. Can we go? Because there's something that we can do. If we open up the menu here, no, we can't. There is a thing with the larger grid ones where you can control them. So you can do your own shooting at the own object that you want. Now that we have all of this, let's see what it killed over here. Now, it did attack a wolf over here, because the one lovely thing that I do love about wolves is that they have something on them. There we go, 7 motors that had on that one. I'm just hoping that we get one that's got cobalt on it, because that would be something that we could do. Now, I'm going to have to wrap it up for this episode. Now, we made a rover, and then we crashed that rover. But we did find some magnesium, so that's all well and good. And we managed to give some ammunition to our turret, as well as ourselves. So, that is it. Now, I'm going to take it off from here. I will let you guys know in the next episode what we're going to do, because I'm not entirely sure. We'll probably go out and find cobalt, or I might go and do that off camera, so that then we can go and build a boring machine, so we can expand our base a lot further than what it is at the minute. So, anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Take care, matey. Bye-bye.